In this episode, we're going to talk about a trend in the world of toys that was sweeping the nation throughout the 90s. That's right, trolls. So, stick around. Dorks and Dorkettes, and welcome to Nostalgia Syndrome. My name is Rob. This is Anya, and in this episode we will be talking about some of the forgotten troll toys that were all over the place throughout the 90s. See, look at that. She's so excited to talk about trolls. See, I had a different plan for tonight's episode, but just the one thing that kept popping up when I was going through my big 90s notebook was trolls. Trolls here, trolls there, trolls everywhere. Trolls even attach themselves to popular toy lines like the Ninja Turtles. Nothing was safe. Trolls were everywhere. Speaking of safe, let's put you down. Anyway, growing up, I remember my father had a troll doll on his dresser, and that was from either like the late 60s or 70s when the troll phenomenon first started. Somehow it made a roaring comeback throughout the 90s, and they truly were everywhere. Some of them were pretty cool, some of them were just rehashes of the original ones, and then others, I know, were just plain weird. Speaking of weird, we're going to talk about some pretty weird ones. So, without further ado, can we get to number one? Let's get to number one. Our first troll comes from Trendmaster in 1992, and this is Land of the Trolls. Now, first things first, their basic talking troll looks like it has some infectious disease. What are all these spots on it? I mean, if it was me, I'd be calling the CDC quickly. But anyway, the Land of the Trolls spawned many different spin-offs. There were color-changing trolls, Trollosauruses, and troll pets. Now, they all had these creepy doe eyes, and yeah, I mean, when you think about it, the original troll statues spawned these. I mean, you can't even compare the two. But anyway, yeah, Trendmasters was just that. Masters of jumping onto trends. Now, they had a lot of cool toy lines back in the day of the 90s. But these, yeah, I think this is a swing and the miss. Our second troll comes from a toy company named HY, and these were released in 1992 as well. These are fairy tale trolls. Now, they had a couple different styles. You had your, like, basic, normal, naked troll, or clothed troll with the sticking up hair. You also had some like plush variety, which included this Santa Claus troll. I mean, very timely. Christmas is right around the corner. And you had these crawling baby doll trolls that look like something straight out of a horror movie. Now, the one troll in particular I would like to put on blast, as the kids say, is this skateboarding troll. I mean, he's wearing like a G-string, got his belly sticking out. I mean, he's ready to have fun, but at what cost? I mean, think of the children. Our third troll toy is one that I remember pretty vividly. I think it was practically everywhere. And it was the Treasure Troll. And it was released by Ace Novelty in an unknown year. I'm assuming probably 92, 93. But these little naked or clothed, can't exclude those, trolls had a little crystal chip where their belly button should be. And that is the treasure. So I'm assuming it's a scenario kind of like Gargamel trying to track down the Smurfs to eat. People are tracking down these little trolls and clubbing them just so they can pop that jewel out of their gut. Makes sense to me. Anyway, there were a couple different treasure trolls released. There were your little itty bitty ones, your normal sized ones, and of course, plush. You can never forget the plush trolls. Now, like I said, these seem to be the more popular of the troll toys that I can remember at the time, because I just remember those little crystal belly buttons everywhere in all the toy aisles back in the day. But yeah, treasure trolls. I mean, I think it's a term that just caught on as well. Now, something like this that was popular, I am really curious to see what it goes for on the secondary market. So, fingers crossed I can find some trace of these trolls somewhere on the internet.
I wish my violin was an electric guitar. I wish my jungle gym was really a jungle.
When you wish on a treasure troll, who knows what might happen? Treasure trolls are the only trolls that have a jewel in their tummy that you can wish on. What would you wish for?
I wish training wheels were better trainers.
Treasure trolls, with a jewel you can wish on, from Ace.
Do you remember earlier when I said that there were actual cool troll toys? Well, these fall into that category, as these trolls were infused with the fury of video games. These are the Street Warriors, released by Thinkway Toys in 1993. I've seen people on Instagram talking about how cool and rare and sought after these Street Warriors figures are. And I have to agree, they're pretty awesome. I would actually hunt for them. But that rareness makes them seem expensive. We'll cover that like how I usually do when I pop up the secondary price. So, let's see. But anyway, like I said, these were infused with video games because you had like one dude that looks like Kano from Mortal Kombat and a couple cats that look like they're straight out of Street Fighter. So I'm going to consult the back of the package because each one of these has a name and a little tiny write-up. So I'm gonna hold this up really close to my face because my eyesight sucks. So bear with me as I read these off. We have Captain B. Glove, who has a baseball motif. He's a genius. He's a leader of the Street Warriors. Below him, we have Chief NK, who looks surprisingly a lot like Blanca. He's the chief for the Environment Knights Association. Below that, we have Sergeant Samurai Kika, who looks a lot like E. Honda. He's mighty, powerful, famous for his wooden kicks. Okay. Then, over here, we have Officer Tech Droid. Why is officer trademarked? Anyway, he's a humanoid police officer of high honor. Looks like Kano. Below that we have Lieutenant IC Bot. He's a walking computer with an IC chip brain. Pretty cool looking. And then we have Commander Gills. Looks like Guile. His heart is all courage for combat. Pretty cool. Like I said, there were some actual cool troll toys out there, and we'll talk about them sometime in the future, but this is a good stepping stone into the world of cool trolls. Now, our next one that we take a look at, our fifth one, there ain't nothing cool about that at all. So, here we go to number 5. Our fifth troll toy is definitely a weird one. It was released by Creata in 1993, and it is Cave Babies. Now, as history would tell us, this is what a cave baby would look like. But these cave babies kind of replace the typical troll hair with more like an afro. Now, I don't know if that helped them in the caves if they fell, that they could, bounce off of that and not die. I'm not sure. But these are weird. And I am so glad that this is forgotten. I mean, granted, I didn't know it existed until researching, so I guess the foul's on me. But yeah, cave babies. I'd rather have this cave baby than these cave babies. Okay folks, that was just a very quick look at 5 forgotten 90s troll toys. Now, yeah, this episode went pretty quick, at least the filming portion. I don't know what the finished product will look like, but one thing, I'm fighting a little baby puppy here, and another thing, what can you really say about troll toys? I mean, they were everywhere. And like I said, they even attacked some very popular toy lines at the time. Now, like I said, there were plenty of cool troll toy lines, and they will be kind of fit in here and there with whatever genre we're looking at. Military, sci-fi, fantasy, what have you. Because they are cool enough to stand on their own. But these 5, they needed an episode all of their own to bask in the craziness. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here, and you enjoyed this, or any of the other episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's new episodes. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.